Did you know that? The 100-meter sprint is one of the shortest but toughest races in track and field. But what makes it so challenging? Is the 100m really the hardest race? Think about Usain Bolt. In 2009, he set the 100-meter world record, which still stands today. How did he do it? Was it just speed? Or was there something more that made him unbeatable? In this video, we'll explain why the 100-meter is more than just speed. Could it be the hardest race in track and field? Let's find out. Usain Bolt. Even the name sounds fast. Known as the fastest man alive, he smashed records with his 100-meter sprint time of 9.58 seconds at the 2009 World Championships, hitting a top speed of 27.78 miles per hour. It's almost impossible to imagine running that fast, yet Bolt managed it and made it look effortless. One of his quotes about this achievement holds deep meaning for athletes worldwide. "I trained 4 years to run 9 seconds, and people give up when they don't see results in 2 months." But is the 100-meter truly the toughest track event? When you think about tough races, your mind might go to the 400-meter sprint, which is one full lap around the track, or even the 400-meter hurdles, where athletes must clear 10 obstacles along the way. You might wonder how a 100-meter dash, a simple straight-line sprint, could even compare to those tough long races. Physically, it's true that the longer events might take more stamina and strength, but there's far more to track and field than just physical challenges. The 100 meters demands near perfection in every aspect of the race, from reaction time at the start to every stride and arm swing. This race has earned its reputation as one of the most mentally and technically challenging events in track and field. For many, it's a tough sprint where every millisecond counts. The 100-meter dash has become infamous for athletes finishing and thinking, "If I just had 2 more meters, I could have won." There's no room for error in this race, no opportunity to make up time. Unlike the 200-meter, 400-meter, or hurdle events, where athletes might have a split second to recover from a small mistake, the 100 meters don't offer that luxury. Every fraction of a second matters, and every step must be nearly flawless. It's a race where one slow start or one misstep can decide everything. In the 100 meters, every hundredth of a second counts. Brett Charlton, a track coach, described how his son won a state championship in the 100 meters one year by executing a perfect race. The next year, with just one poor start, he dropped to 4th place. It's a reflection of how incredibly precise and consistent one needs to be in this short but intense sprint. When it comes to the 100-meter race, the United States has long been the leader, with 16 gold medals in the men's event and 9 in the women's. Yet, in the last 3 Olympic Games, Jamaica has emerged as the powerful force. Usain Bolt, Asafa Powell, Johan Blake, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and Elaine Thompson have all made their mark. Bolt, in particular, etched his name in history by winning 3 consecutive titles from 2008 to 2016. Only 4 other athletes have achieved back-to-back victories: Wyoming Attias, 1964-68, Carl Lewis, 1984-88, and Gail Devers, 1992-96 from the USA, alongside Jamaica's Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, 2008-12. Before they even set foot on the track, sprinters must perfect their start. The right technique can make or break a race, as the first few seconds are often where winners are made. A proper warm-up is critical for sprinters. Before the race, athletes need to prepare their bodies with specific stretches and exercises to maximize muscle responsiveness and avoid injury. A typical warm-up might include 5 minutes of cardio, dynamic stretches, and technical drills that help build explosive power. The start itself is an art form in the 100 meters. Sprinters crouch down with their hands shoulder-width on the starting line, fingers spread for balance, and their dominant foot ready to explode forward. This is the moment where they store up energy, like a spring, waiting to release it with the starter's command. When they launch, they must synchronize their arms with their legs for balance and propulsion. Their first steps are critical to building acceleration, and with each stride, they work to increase speed and stride length until they reach maximum velocity. Once out of the blocks, sprinters move into the dash phase, gradually increasing their speed with every stride. early strides are more powerful and spaced slightly wider apart, and as they accelerate, their strides settle into a steady rhythm. In the 100 meters, everyone starts on the same line. There's no staggered start, no runners to catch up to on a curve. From the moment you launch out of the blocks, you know if you're winning or losing. You can hear your competitors breathing, psyching themselves up, maybe even praying. The mental pressure is intense. It can either drive athletes to push harder or cause them to panic and try too hard to catch up, which can throw off their rhythm. Every runner is aware that each movement and decision in these few seconds can make or break their race. Training for the 100 meters is different from training for the 400 meters. While 400-meter runners might do 4x300 m repeats, sprinters working on their 100 meters are often doing shorter, more explosive drills like 4x40 m sprints. They train at near maximum speed, putting intense strain on their hamstrings and other muscles, increasing the risk of injury. A pulled hamstring is a common setback, particularly when sprinters push themselves to their limit during high-intensity workouts. The nature of this race means that it's not just physical speed, but mental sharpness that matters. To succeed, sprinters need more than just athletic talent. They need focus, confidence, and concentration. In a sport where one tiny misstep can lose the race, the mental preparation can be just as challenging as the physical. The 100 meters demands explosive speed, and sprinters rely on specialized training to develop this burst. From interval training to unique exercises like parachute sprints, athletes work to improve every aspect of their performance. Sprinters often use interval training to build speed endurance. This might involve a sequence of sprints, a 400-meter sprint, followed by a 200-meter, then a 100-meter, and finishing with a 50-meter sprint, with minimal rest in between. This type of training builds strength, helps athletes maintain speed longer, and improves acceleration. Many sprinters use parachutes strapped to their backs as resistance training, which adds difficulty and helps them develop stronger acceleration and speed. Running against resistance strengthens leg muscles and builds the explosive power they need for the 100 meters. Some drills, like the 10-start drill, are designed to improve athletes' ability to explode out of the blocks. Since most sprinters reach their top speed around the 50 to 60 m mark, a powerful start is essential to make sure they're not behind from the beginning. In the men's 100 meters, Usain Bolt's world record of 9.58 seconds remains a benchmark. For women, Florence Griffith Joyner's record of 10.49 seconds still stands. The 200-meter race, by contrast, requires maintaining speed around a curve, often forcing runners to shift their body weight and run a good bend. While the 100 meters is all about explosive speed, the 200 meters requires both speed and speed endurance. The 400 meters, a full lap around the track, challenges an athlete's stamina and ability to manage lactic acid buildup. Runners are often staggered to ensure they cover the same distance, and while speed is critical, the race demands endurance and pain tolerance. Unlike the 100 meters, 400-meter runners often finish strong with a kick, and they're frequently able to come from behind on the final stretch. In contrast, the 100 meters offers no room to kick. It's all about maintaining top speed from start to finish. In the last 15-20 meters, sprinters must focus on maintaining their speed. They might lean forward to give that extra burst of momentum and reach the line first. In sprinting, you're counted as finishing when any part of your torso, except for the head and arms, crosses the finish line plane. Leaning forward or turning a shoulder slightly at the finish can be enough to secure victory. The 100 meters, with its amazing speed and precision, stands as one of the most challenging events in track and field. Usain Bolt's world record of 9.58 seconds proves how demanding this race is, both mentally and physically. From the explosive start to the final push, every moment is crucial. Unlike longer races like the 200 meters, 400 meters, and 400-meter hurdles, where athletes can pace themselves and recover from small mistakes, the 100 meters leaves no room for error. Every fraction of a second matters, making it a pure test of speed and focus. The mental strength required to stay composed and execute a perfect race is just as important as physical ability. So, what do you think? The 100 meters is the toughest race in track and field, or do other events require a different kind of strength? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.